I'm joined once again by Alex Hernandez, who's coming off an impressive first-round TKO victory in his UFC debut this past Saturday against Beneil Dariush. Alex, what's going on, man? How are you? I imagine pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good, man. It gets better every time we talk. And so, I'm on top of the world, still probably levitating a little bit.
Yeah.
Caught me in the car. I hope that's not a problem, but we should be good on the connection the whole drive.
It's all good, man. You're coming through crystal clear, and 42 seconds was all you needed to get the win. Could that fight have gone any better, in your opinion?
No, I don't think it could have, man. Everything went exactly according to plan. It just happened a little quicker than we might have intended. And so, man, that was awesome. It was a dream come true for the moment. And shit, you thought I was confident before.
For sure.
Pretty fired up now.
Now, obviously, I don't want to take anything away from the win, but we got to talk about the not touching gloves. What was sort of the deal with that? Because I know some fans were giving you some crap about that.
Man, the trolls are all gonna clamber under the bridge, and let them clamber, dude. I can't quote me on this, man. If you see a man storming the cage at you, full charge, and in your head your first thought is he's probably just coming in hot for the high five, you probably need to reconsider what the fuck you're doing in that cage. I never had any intentions of going in there and touch his glove. I always start every fight rangeful like that. And the objective was always to full front, storm the cage, get to his side, press him, and then hit him with that teep to the belly because I knew he was soft. I knew he liked to dominate the center. I knew he liked to take control of the opponent's side of the cage and stalk them like a lion against their wall. And so, and then people really over-respect him, and he starts to punish and lure them. He does a real good job of luring them to the left side. And so we knew that if we rushed the cage, got to his side, hit him hard with that teep, it'd break his cadence, break his timing, his breathing, and we would already start to unfold the fight into our realm, into our pace. And so everything went according to plan. But no, I never faked the five. I just charged him. And again, if you see a grown man charging you like that, and you think it's to slap some skin, you need to reassess what you're doing, dude.
And you feel like it threw him off his game, like you were saying heading into it. You felt like it would kind of get his rhythm off.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Again, he's a deceptively strong person, and he hits very hard. But he did have that soft torso, and so we knew that I would gauge my range better. I knew that I would disrupt him by landing that, and again, it would really greatly affect his tempo, and that was the biggest deal because he liked to slowly stalk. He likes to slowly stalk and get on the other person's cage. So I knew if I hit him fast and hard, it would really shock him, and he'd probably think, like I said before the fight, what the fuck am I doing in here with this guy? Because again, we're far more dynamic than he originally predicted. So,
and last thing, sort of on that, just quickly, what do you say to those fans who call you a dirty fighter?
Yeah, just that, dude. Wake up. I would say, you try being in there, UFC debut against number 11 in the world, and tell me that you're not going to charge him with everything you got. It wasn't a dirty fighter. Not a dirty fighter. It wasn't a dirty move by any means. It was strategy, and I didn't Houdini my hand or try to fake him out. I had the purpose of charging him and hitting him straight on. That's all we did. I never told him I was going to slap his hand. I never even put my hand out like I was going to. It's the way I stand.
How did you celebrate after the win?
Obnoxiously. Yeah. I made a promise to myself and my team that I wouldn't be able to spell UFC by the end of the night, and I stood true to that. And so Dre's nightclub treated us well. We went to a Big Sean concert, and we got bottle service, and we were right there on the stage, and it was awesome, man. We just had the whole team there. All my closest friends since we were 10 years old flew out. Everybody made money because everybody bet the odds, and my pops made over 10 grand. Everybody raked up a hefty amount of coin, and so it was a great night to blow it all. It was an awesome after party.
What's your drink of choice? What did you have that evening?
Dude, it was a smorgasbord of shit. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it.
We called it a headache, man. I think they were like giant Goosebumps Patron bottles, and I nursed them all like they're my closest kin. I can't tell you which one I took precedence over, but I drank them all openly. Yeah, I didn't necessarily have a drink of choice that night.
Did the UFC say anything to you after the fight? Because obviously that was a very impressive win and kind of really woke people up, that were watching the card.
I've had my manager kind of throw me some things here and there, but I haven't heard too much directly from them. They're just kind of asking about weight class opportunities, and now that we have the rankings out, it's pretty interesting to see, matchups that you're considering and things. But nothing too direct. We've just been taking in a lot of interviews this week and kind of getting our feedback on the ground. Really, this week's just been me juggling, training, getting some doctor's visits just to make sure the hand's good and everything's on point, and interviews. And so it's just been kind of juggling a few things. But I look forward to hearing more from the UFC in the coming weeks.
I was going to ask you about that because I know when we did our interview, I think you would only talk to one other person, and now you're getting bombarded with interviews after this fight. Is that something you're getting used to now, sort of the celebrity side of being a UFC fighter?
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's my primary focus, and what I long to do most is be in the gym training and bettering myself. And so it's cool, all the interviews, but it's definitely time constraining, so you got to make sure that you balance everything out real well. But they're a lot of fun, and everyone I'm talking to is pretty cool. And so they've been fun, knocking them out.
Did your friends win any money on the fight? Because I don't know if you were aware of this. You were a plus 335 underdog heading into the fight, and the knockout prop, if people had bet you, was plus 1075. I don't know if you were aware of that.
No, I didn't know that, and I wish more people listen to me, man. So I said it earlier. Everybody cashed out. All my friends threw down a lot of money, and so everybody had some pretty fat pockets for the post fight celebration. So it was a really awesome time. Some people made a lot of money, but it was crazy. We started out the week, and I don't remember if I was talking to you or if it was someone else, but I was saying how excited I am to fight Dariush because it's a huge opportunity, and I know I'm capable of making this historic impact, and how crazy it would be if I just iced this guy, in the fight. And that's kind of what it was. It's like, man, how crazy would that be? But we can do it. And then by midweek, it was, we're definitely doing this. This is 100. We are winning this fight. I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to win this fight. And then by the end of the week, I was saying, this guy's not getting to the second round with me. I'm going to knock him out in the first round. I'm going to knock him out in the first round. There's no way this goes to a second round. And so it was amazing, the momentum that we were building. We were just like a hot locomotive, dude, just building up so much positive energy and momentum throughout that week. And every day we just settled ourselves and just redefine ourselves as, being at this level. And so it was pretty powerful. And I kept telling all my guys, dude, don't bet on the second. Because a lot of people were like, man, I think we're going to bet on the second round and close it out. I was like, yeah, I really think you should bet on the first. So some people did, but yeah, it was a pretty lucrative weekend for everybody. It was awesome.
And you also got a performance of the night bonus. So what are you going to do with the money? Have you decided yet? I know you haven't got it yet, but I'm sure you have a plan with it. Bitcoin.
Just gonna throw it all into Bitcoin.
Really? Are you serious?
No, I don't know, man. I've earned money. Like I said, I was real successful in my other business, and so I've got money. I've got a nice savings that I was already planning on putting aside just so I can focus on training. This is just going to go to that, man. I'm just trying to keep. I need a nice cash flow so that way I can do all the traveling and training that I want and hire the people that I need for special work and nothing's changed. This is only the beginning. 50 grand is going to be chump change in a year, so I'm not going to go blow it on a giraffe or anything. It's just it's just the beginning, and so it's going to go in my nice little mutual funds accounts and work that way to a hedge account, and it's just more for me to build on and more for me to use to keep getting better. So it's a nice cushion to sleep on.
And you mentioned going to the doctors, getting everything checked out. If all is well, when are you looking to get back in there as far as your next fight?
I think I'm kind of looking at cards the UFC already has lined up and what they have scheduled, and it looks like probably something around summertime. I think summer would be a fair assessment. We're already in spring, so I would think something around summer would be great. I'm already back in the gym hitting hard, and have some things, some traveling lined up for cross training and some guys that I want to get some work in with. And like I said, what I really want to do, man, is kind of take this time to soak it in, but more importantly, build a brand, build momentum, and really sell the shit out this next fight. We don't need to do the 7-day notice thing again. I want to really build a name and then make this a really impactful fight on whatever card I'm on, and I want it to be a bigger deal. So I want to make sure all that happens, and that we set it up right this time.
And as far as a next opponent, this kind of reminds me of the Josh Emmett, Ricardo Lamas situation where Emmett came in and he won, in impressive fashion, and he got a big fight after this. Is that sort of what you're looking at, or do you want sort of a slower build to kind of, get your feet wet and see how you do in the division?
Yeah, I don't say no to anything. I'm certainly not going to regress. So right now the rankings came out, it's kind of fun, interesting to see. I'm number 13. I'm not going to fight 14 and below. So, we're looking up. We're looking up, and some people kind of toss some names around or whatever, and I'm open to anything. But yeah, certainly just continue to move upward. That's the only thing I'm concerned with.
And you mentioned traveling as far as cross training. Have you sort of mapped out anywhere you want to go yet? Any places you have in mind?
Well, I certainly want to utilize the UFC Institute in Vegas. So I'll probably spend a couple weeks out there in the near future just to get all my lab testing done and make sure that everything that I'm doing is at peak notch as far as my strength conditioning training, my intake, and food and rest, and see if I can fine tune any of that and to get some cross work out there with some of the gyms. I'm planning on going to LA next weekend. I'm leaving Sunday actually, and I'm going to get some work in with a super high level wrestling friend of mine. He's world team and borderline Olympic. He's also just a freak of nature, Reese Humphrey. He's been getting some cross work in with Dillashaw, so hopefully I can jump on that train too, and then utilize one of the gyms out there like Black House or Oyama, or just whatever's kind of close. I'm new to that area, and so I'm going to kind of just dip my toes in around and put it together a curriculum that's real fine-tuned this week.
Awesome. Well, we certainly look forward to what's coming up next, Alex. And again, congratulations on the win. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media and Twitter, man. You got to get on that. I know you don't have an account
yet. You think so? Yeah, I think I got to put that together, man. So yeah, I'll start building this Twitter. The Twitter handle, I kind of was playing with it late last night and thinking if I was going to pull the trigger, but the Twitter handle is @thegreat155. Instagram, Alex Hernandez 155. So please check me out on both. Check out Ohana Academy. Check out Trident Strength and Conditioning for some of the latest in hard work outdoors and indoors. So yeah, check us out, brother. And man, that was just the left hand. Can't wait to see what we do with the right hand. So I'm excited to keep putting on for the people.